Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. I filmed this video a million times yesterday because my battery was not cooperating with me. So then I go to my computer to upload it, so I can edit it and stuff, because today's Monday, this is going up on Monday. And guess what my dumbass does? I erase it. But not like, oh, I moved it from my memory card to my computer so it's in my recycling bin. No. I erased it accidentally from the memory card, and so I couldn't retrieve it unless you guys know a way how, so that way in the future I don't F up again. But it was a total accident, and I'm so upset. But you know what? I think I'm actually going to organize this a lot better today because I've already done this like a million times. So today's video is going to be me talking, and hopefully you guys talking back in the comments, about multiple copies to books. Now, first off, I do want to know what your opinion is on owning multiple copies to books. Do you guys think it's ridiculous? Are you guys super believers? Or is it just if you own, what are your reasons for it and stuff? I'm going to be explaining my reasons for why I either want multiple copies of these books or why I currently own multiple copies to these books, because not all of these are for the same reason. I've acquired them for different reasons. I have them for different reasons, and so on and so forth. So I have 4 reasons, and let's get on to it. So the first reason for me is it's one of my favorite books. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people out there that just love books, and what happens is you want to own multiple copies of the books because, it's just nice to have. Not because you want to collect, no, that's another reason. But this is just it's your favorite book. So why not get a multiple copy of it? I have, as you guys know, my regular original Twilight that I got years and years ago when I was a senior. And then, because I love this book so much, you guys know how much I love Twilight, I was like, F it. I found this one really cheap, so I bought the collector's edition as well, which is actually really beautiful, just throwing out there. But that's why I got this copy. I own, for multiple reasons, but this being reason number 1 right now, 2 copies. Actually 3 because I also own the ebook. But I have Outlander in 2 different forms because I got this one originally because I needed a physical form. But then I got this one because of the TV, and I'm like, well, it's one of my favorite books, so I might as well just buy it. The Host by Stephenie Meyer. Original copy I got back when I was a senior. And then I got this one because I actually enjoyed the movie. I didn't think it was horrible. So I was like, oh, I love this book. Let me get the movie cover as well. So, that's just one of the reasons. One of the reasons why I have some multiple copies. It's just my favorite book, and I want to own them. Another one, and you guys will be shocked, another one I have because it's my favorite is Red Rising. I bought this. I read this version because that's what I got at Walmart, but I wanted it to match my other one. I got this one really inexpensive, and I was like, it's my favorite book in the whole entire world. Yes, I want to own all of the copies. All of the versions. I need them. Reason number 2, and this is, my nose itches. This one is actually just for pure collective purposes. I like collecting books, not just staring at the ones that I really love, but actually, both of these I actually really, really do enjoy, and I love them. But I want to own the original covers to the next 2 series I'm going to be telling you. The thing is that these 2 series, one of them I've talked about before is The Night World, and you guys know I have the bind ups of the book. So I have 3 books, and in each of these books it has 3 books. The original covers though, and I'll just put a couple on the the thing, I really love them. First off, I really enjoy this series. It's so much fun. I love everything. The world is really fun. And I really love the old covers. They were published originally in 1996, 97, and they're just so much fun. They literally remind me of, back in the day. It reminds me of my childhood. I didn't read these in my childhood, but they remind me of my childhood because that's the stuff you saw when you went to the store and whatnot. So I do want to buy the original little mass market paperbacks of this series, as well as Kissed by an Angel by Elizabeth Chandler, because the first 3 books of this were published also in the mid-90s, and I want the first 3 separate, but I want the original covers as well because they're really cheesy, but I think they're cute. And I'm a big 90s freak, so I want them because they do scream 90s. But that's just like for collective purposes. I would also like to collect Outlander, and this is where I'm coming back to it. I want to collect all of the television covers if they come out in this big version, which I would really like because I saw Dragonfly and Amber and it looks awesome. And I don't own the big version of Dragonfly and Amber, so I want to get it in this one. But I do want to own the complete series in the mass paperbacks because they are so cute and they're so adorable and I love them so much, like, and they're really cheap. But then for Outlander collective purposes, I also want to own the UK covers, which I'll post up here, and maybe even eventually like the original covers. They're just so pretty, but I really like the UK covers. I think all of them are gorgeous. I like they're a nice in between. Like they're not that small, but they're not this big either. And that's for collective purposes, as well as the White Twilight series. I really love the White Twilight. Like the paperbacks, I think they're gorgeous. I really do. Reason number 3 is for practicality. The fact is, I like hardcovers, obviously. Like, who doesn't like hardcovers? They last longer, they stay on your shelf longer, but I'm a big rereader. I like to reread my books. Not all the time, but I do enjoy rereading them. And I'm not always going to buy ebooks because I like ebooks, but then I don't like ebooks all at the same time. It's weird. But I purchase, like, you know, there's just reasons for everything. Like, for example, this paperback, slightly used, worn version of Twilight. I got it because I wanted to reread Twilight because I was in a book slump, and this book does get me out of book slumps. It just gives me in the mood to read. So I reread it. And the thing is I didn't want to have to carry around or take to the pool because it was summer last year, and it was summer last year that I was in a slump is what I meant to say. And I did not want to take my hardcover because shit happened. But I literally spent $1 on this at Goodwill, and I was like, let me go because you know they always have a Twilight one. And I was in a book slump. I need to get out of it. So to carry it around with me and to do all that stuff, this is so much lighter. It's so much easier. And if something happens to it, I don't care. I really just don't care if something were to happen to this. The same also kind of goes for The Host. I had originally gotten this, so when I reread it, I would reread the paperback instead of this. And don't get me wrong, I still plan on it. But if I ever go to Goodwill and I see the paperback for like $1, because that's how much paperbacks are, I will buy this cover, probably this cover, in paperback. And those, like, I don't really keep on my shelf. I kind of like put those away, but that is for rereading. Because I am going to reread this puppy this year. I haven't read it in so long that I like need to. But paperback would be so much nicer. The last one that I do plan on buying copies of in this sooner rather than later, and I'll probably have to buy the box set, is Harry Potter. The whole Harry Potter series. I've owned the first 4 for like 16 years now. And even though I take the dust jacket off when I read this book, I've reread it 4 or 5 times. I've lost count. I've reread it a few times, like the first one, because I love the first one. I think it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and it does kind of make me feel like a kid. It's just for some reason, it's so hard for me to get into book 4. I don't know what it is. I don't even understand. But I do plan on buying the box set of the original paperbacks that first came out. So that way, when I read, I don't know if I'll reread it, but I plan on finishing the series this year. I don't want to lug around. I mean, book 4, 5, 6, and 7 are heavy. So for practicality and just because of reasons, I'm going to buy the paperback. So nothing happens to them because I've had them forever. And the last reason, which makes the most sense for me actually, is you're bored, I'm bored. And or I'm feeling down or something, and I want to buy books. But sometimes I'm responsible and I don't want to buy books to add to my TBR. So what does Stephanie do? I buy multiple copies to books, especially if I find them really cheap. I don't want to buy clothes sometimes. I don't want to buy a DVD. The last DVD I watched half of it and I still haven't finished it. But it's just one of those things where, like, you just want to buy something. So then you buy multiple copies to books. For example, this random Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I like it though because it says philosophers. This is the Bloomsbury paperbacks. I got it for $1, 75 cents, because that's when they were still cheap. I was like, what the hell? I'm just gonna get it. And I really like the spine. It has a train. It's cool. I randomly bought it because I saw it. There's a new copy of Twilight that your person here managed to get this weekend or last week, and that is the movie covers to Twilight and New Moon. That's why I bought these, because they were $1 at Goodwill, and we were waiting for something, and we had to like kill time, but we couldn't go far, and there was a Goodwill, and then like they're brand new, like they're literally. This one has a slight little like bend here, but like you can't tell. And the posters are, well, this one was like slightly ripped off, but it's in there. And like the same with New Moon. And I was like, you know what? I like how those spines look. So if I find Eclipse and Breaking Dawn for $1 at Goodwill, I'm going to buy them, because why not? That's why I have the first 4 books duplicate copies, because why not? This was the original one I got because I really wanted the movie cover. I actually I love the movie got me into the series, but for $6 a hardcover of one that you're seeing everywhere and only paperback, which I still need the last 2, but I'll get those eventually. I was like, I need them, and they were cheap. So why would I not get them? Those are the reasons why I have multiple copies to books, or why in the future I plan to get multiple copies to certain books. Not all of my books, just certain ones that I really love. It doesn't even, and the funny thing is like, it doesn't even have to be like a 5-star book for me. It just has to be one of those things where it's like a book that I just really love and I really enjoy, and it makes me feel young again. Because sometimes that's why I reread certain books, like Kissed by an Angel. It has this thing about it, and it just makes me feel like a kid again. I don't know why. It's beautiful, though, and I love it. And I actually want to get another bind-up of the first 3, because the spine to that poor book is so broken. This one. The spine is all tore up. Like, this thing, I read it so much when I was a senior, because that's when I got it, thanks to Twilight. But I'm going to I need to buy another copy of this, just so I can put it away and keep it safe, so when this one falls apart, I can replace it with the other one. But those are the reasons. Those are my reasons for owning multiple copies to certain books. And I'm just curious, do you guys own multiple copies? What are your reasons behind it? Are you against it? Those are just the thoughts that I have going on in my head. Those are just, those are the things. And I'm just curious if you guys have that one book where you just have a lot of, and you just kind of can't help it. It's sad. But I also really like it. I don't mind having multiple copies. I love, looking on my shelf and seeing, the 2 Outlanders that I have. And I can't wait to get the Harry Potter, because that will honestly motivate me to read it more, because it's just something I really want right now. I want the paperbacks. I'm getting really into it. Oh my goodness. And I'm so obsessed with Books-A-Mino right now. If you guys have not downloaded that application, go download it. You will seriously not regret it. It is so much fun. And the thing is everyone's really nice on the application. When you join, they'll add you to the chat or whatever. And we were having a debate about Harry Potter houses. Not a debate, but we were just having a discussion about Harry Potter houses and who everyone was in. And I was discussing how I was originally Ravenclaw for since I was a child. I would always take little quizzes and stuff, and it always came out Ravenclaw, because even though I never really read the books, I loved the movies when I was young. And now I'm Slytherin, guys. I'm Slytherin. So I was I feel that actually fits me more than Ravenclaw. And we were just talking about it, and it's just fun. It's just awesome. I'm conversing with people that love Morningstar and Red Rising as much as I do. It's just awesome. So if you guys haven't, go get it. I really think you'll love it. It's just such an awesome book community. I think that's the greatest part, is you're literally going to see nothing but books and occasionally some TV show talk. This is only my 3rd or 4th day having it, and I'm obsessed. It's sad. But it's not, because it's a lot of fun. And I was kind of sort of getting bored with Instagram. Okay, now I'm going on a rant. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and just tell me all the answers below. I'll see you next time. Bye.